Welcome to this week's Elder Scrolls Online Weekly News. My name is Chris, here with my co-anchorman Dan.
Hello there.
On-sea news correspondent Patches O'Murlock. And finally, weather reporter Ivana Bataki.
We need more batakis.
Without any further ado, let's get into this weekly news.
Thanks for that lovely introduction, Chris. Now, on to today's news. As you all may know, tonight is a full moon, which is very significant at ZeniMax Online Studios. Not just because this is when they send out a third of a beta key every full moon, but it's also because today they have announced there will be werewolves in ESO. So for this week, we sent out our Tamriel news correspondent, Patches O'Murlock, into the field to find out about these fascinating creatures. Over to you, Patches. Thanks for that, Patches. Insightful as ever. Well, I guess we're over to Chris then for a summary of the details of ZeniMax released online for us.
So, we see the werewolves return to the Elder Scrolls Online. Feared throughout Tamriel, werewolves surrender to their primal nature, roaming the wilds in pursuit of prey. Confrontations, as you can see with Patches there, with these werewolves are dangerous. They can spread diseases through all over Tamriel, which turns the infected into one of the bloodthirsty pack if left untreated. Werewolves are strongly associated with the Daedric prince Hyrek. It is said he lays claim to their souls, eternally leading them onto wild courses throughout the hunting grounds in his Oblivion Plain. Dan, what are your thoughts on the werewolf? Will you be becoming a werewolf, or will you be joining the vampire clan?
Well, I'm unsure of yet, as I'm not really sure how they're going to play out in the game, and I'm not sure how the vampires are going to play out in the game, because, I mean, vampires previously, you couldn't really play in the day, so seeing as I'm not really too sure how, as an MMO, the timescale is going to work.
They said that they'd have a full day to night cycle, so maybe, but not too sure about which region yet.
Yeah, because I mean that might inhibit me from actually playing to my full potential in certain times of the day.
To be fair, Dan, we are like vampires. We do play at night, so.
I know, but what happens if at night for me, 2 hours that might be daytime? Well, moving on anyway. In the game, you'll find that the abilities in the werewolf skill line work together, allowing you to take the adventure of interactions that amplify the thrill of the hunt, making you a more efficient killer and extending your blood frenzy.
Ooh.
All the abilities put you in a role of the hunter, always in control and right on the heels of the prey.
That sounds pretty cool, but in a full moon, as you can see in one of the pictures there, it'll be on the screen as well, guys. It does look pretty amazing. The graphics for the werewolf, the full moon, everything just looks amazing what ZeniMax have actually put into it. Do you reckon you'll be playing werewolf, Dan?
I don't know, they sound pretty cool. I mean, there's a bit right here says that we want to be able to launch yourselves in a frenzied killing spree and feel the uncontrollable strength granted you by the transformation. Now what this gives me an impression of is almost like might be, I don't know, 30 seconds seems a bit long, but like a 15 seconds
of insane damage.
Yeah, just fury, literally just running up and swiping at everything, maybe a damage reduction, that type of thing, which I think could be really cool because you could literally bring it into any form of character you want. It's literally just kind of a rage button.
If I had one thing to complain about looking at the concept art, I don't like their tails. I mean, it doesn't match them, they look like squirrels.
They do look like squirrels on steroids, but what are you going to do? It's only concept art, isn't it? That's why they call it concept art.
Yeah, I suppose.
Thanks, Chris. ZeniMax has asked us this week, which dish would you be famous for in ESO? And before you answer, Chris, you know what mine is. Cabbage, potatoes, yak milk. Every time. What about you?
Okay then, let's go to our weather correspondent, Ivana Bataki. Ivana?
Lots of rain, but no more batakis.
Well, that's this week's Elder Scrolls Online Weekly News. Come back next week where me and Dan will have more funny and informational guides. This has been our first episode, and thank you MMORPG for giving us the chance to upload here. If you want to see our own personal channel, a link will be in the description. And as always, thanks for watching.